Um, I always say that essence precedes existence. And what that means is we were all created for a purpose, that we all have a destiny. And a lot of people argue that to say, oh, there is determinism and there isn't determinism. Determinism means that things will be exactly as the universe plans out, and that we don't have any free will. But we do actually have free will. Determinism and free will coexist in the universe. And I suppose what this video is about explaining like how we can fulfill this destiny. Because really there's a number of factors that and variables that determine whether we will or not achieve our full potential. And there's also a number of factors that determine what that full potential is or destiny is. The Buddhists say it's karma, like what you've done in previous lifestyles. It's, as I say, death is a part of life. So whatever you've done in past lifestyles, mean you either stay going around in circles or you continue up the chain of being. And that means is like I say that the meaning of life is to evolve and to help others to evolve. And that's the overall purpose of humanity, is that we continue to evolve, continue up the chain of being. And the chain of being means like from a pseudopod, from the smallest cellular being, and then you go up to insects, crustaceans, mammals, and so on up to humanity. We're not even at the top of the chain of being. It continues on past those onto avatars, or will we say gods, whichever way. But I'll come back to our destiny, fulfilling our potential. And as I say, there are a number of variables that affect this. For instance, if you get a marijuana plant and you grow the marijuana plant, it has the potential to be a beautiful plant with the finest of lovely big large buds on it. But there are a number of factors that determine how this plant turns out. How many hours of darkness it gets, how many hours of light it gets, the minerals and vitamins that you put in the soil, its environment basically, and how much care and attention it gets. Basically, its environment is going to determine largely on how this plant achieving its potential, being the best marijuana plant it can be. But we're lucky that we have a certain amount of free will, that we have a certain amount of control over our environment, largely determined by the choices that we make. And it's like some marijuana plants will grow up to be marijuana plants, but they won't be the finest, the best marijuana plants. That's going to be determined by their environment, which is controlled by whoever is growing the plant. And if we were to say whoever is growing our plant, well, would be our soul. So that brings us on then to the question, what is the soul? And I always say listen to your soul, because if you want to achieve your full potential, you have to have the courage to listen to your soul. And that really brings us back then to people say to me, oh, what's the soul? What's the soul? And the best way I can explain this to you is, there's lots of ways I can explain this to you, but for the purpose of this conversation, the best way I can explain this is Freud would have said that there's the id, the ego, and the superego. He would have split it up like that. And I call it the self, the lower self, the self, and the soul. But for instance, the id, for instance, is our lower animal. It's the primordial drives, like and instincts. So, for instance, that would cause us fear, aggression, or sex drive, instant gratification. I want, like you know what I mean. Our drives is, I want sugar, cars, sex, you know what I mean, all lower. I want instant gratification, things that will make me happy now, because things that will make that I believe will make me happy now because all I'm concerned about is like an animal, being instinct. I want to be happy, so I gravitate towards things that will make me happy now, and that's the lower drives. But then it's also your ambition. It's what drives us, because as I say, it's what drives us to be happy. So if we combine that, use the prefrontal cortex, we use reason, and we say to ourselves, yeah, okay, that'll make me happy for a fleeting amount of time, that'll make me happy for 5 minutes, that'll make me happy for a day, that'll make me happy for a week. And if you use reason to think back and say, well, experience has taught me that that'll make me happy for a week, that'll make me happy for a day, that'll make me happy for 5 minutes, then you can say to yourself, I'm trying to fill an internal void with external things, and if I sacrifice these instant gratification, these things that will make me happy for a fleeting amount of time, I can achieve a more sustainable happiness, fulfillment we call it, and that is to pursue virtue, so that be to chase a goal that's in the interest of the universe, and that's how fulfillment or eudaimonia is achieved in pursuit of virtue, which makes us happy. So, in other words, in order to achieve this, we have to listen to the higher self, or the soul. We have to listen to the soul, and it takes courage to listen to the soul, because really what it is continuous leaps of faith, really. And that's how Kierkegaard explained it, leaps of faith. But if you become too fearful to make these leaps of faith, these leaps of faith can cause you anxiety. For instance, if you start thinking to yourself, for instance, like, if you get an impression, if you get an idea to start a business, and this might cause you anxiety, because if you start looking to the future and start saying to yourself, oh, this could go wrong, that could go wrong, oh, what am I going to do, it's all going to go pear-shaped, and that's going to cause you anxiety. But if you manage to control the self, if you manage to just live in the moment and just listen to the soul and trust your soul and go for it, your soul will guide you towards your destiny. Now, that doesn't mean that you're guaranteed success, because it's like Cicero's archer. Cicero's archer, he described the archer that aims for the target, but he doesn't get it the first few times, because there's a number of factors that determine whether he hits the target or not. The prevailing winds, his level of skill, all this sort of thing. There's a number of factors that determine whether he hits the target or not. But by continuous practice, he can overcome these. So if we relate that, for instance, to acting upon an idea, there's a number of factors that determine whether we're going to be successful or not in attaining this goal. For instance, like our ego. As I say, there's the ego and the superego. But when the ego when the ego takes too much, is out of balance, and it takes over, that can manifest itself in a number of ways. One of them being arrogance. For instance, like, arrogance. I know more than I think I know. I think I know more than I know, or I'm overconfident. My bravery exceeds my ability. For instance, like Phaeton with the sun chariot. He wanted to ride the sun chariot across the sky, and even when his father tried to talk him over it, he was having none of it. But when he got into the sun chariot, then he couldn't control the horses, so he scorched the earth, went too high, froze the earth, and then Zeus threw a lightning bolt and knocked him out of the chariot and killed him stone dead. And that's what happens when your ego gets too much, exceeds your bravery exceeds your ability. So when you go full charge ahead into a business, and you might find you can crash and burn because your ability exceeds your bravery exceeds your ability. But the way you learn from this, and you might even do this 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And even Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus would have had this experience, because that's why in their philosophy, in Stoic philosophy, they said um, life is more like wrestling and dancing, because you might fall 7 times and get up 8, but just stay getting up, stay getting up, and stay getting up, because it's all practice. And it's only by practice that you will eventually hit the target. You will eventually hit your mark, but you have to stay. You have to be courageous enough to stay getting up, and stay listening to your soul. So even when you fall and the soul says, get back up again, as hard as it may be, you stay getting back up, and stay getting back up, and stay getting back up. But to give you an example, for instance, last night, my ma asked me what I was going to do with my life. What do you intend to do with your life? You're not starting to get a bit panicky, I said, no, I'm good, man. No. And she said, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to look for a job? Are you going to get a job? And I said, no, I have a job. I'm okay. And she said, you don't have a job. You don't have any money. I said, I have a ticket for Greece. I'm going to Greece now in a couple of weeks. And she said, what are you going to do there? And I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet. I said, I might end up in Turkey. I said, I might grow coca plants and marijuana in the mountains in East Turkey. I want to do business with the Kurds. And I said, I have a manifesto for social reform. Libertarianism based on virtue ethics. I said, I want to implement this, but that's my organising idea. As Nietzsche said, the organising idea makes itself known when you listen to your soul, and you don't get, and then that's what organises the mind, and everything is directed towards that, and it's in striving for this goal that makes me happy. Now, if I was to listen to my ma would say to me, you have nothing, you need a house, you need a car, you need this, you need that. And I said, I don't, ma, I don't need shit. I'm perfectly happy. All I have is a phone, a change of clothes, and a ticket for Greece. And how I ended up with the ticket for Greece is because I saw, people asked me how you achieve your destiny, how you reach your full potential. But it's listening to your soul, and I'll give you an example of what that's like. It's listening to the superego. Now, if I was to listen to the lower self, I would get a job, because I would say, I need a house, I need a car, I need a creature comforts, like a lovely chair to sit in, and creature comforts like that I can make life painless, you know what I mean? But I don't mind suffering. I'm good with it. I've accepted that suffering is a part of life, and that the wheat has to be separated from the chaff, and that no one gets a free ride through. You know what I mean? You have to overcome, as Nietzsche said. You have to overcome. So you accept everything with equanimity. No matter what life throws at me, I'll take it, because I'm striving towards this goal. My manifesto: libertarianism, a social form. Libertarianism based on virtue ethics. So I said to Ma, I don't know, I may end up in the mountains in East Turkey growing coca plants and marijuana, or I might go to the Philippines, and because these are all ideas I've had. I said I might go to the Philippines and organise the farmers and help them reclaim land that's registered in their names. Since communism ended, there's land registered, everyone's given their land, but they can't, they're too poor to take the land, because wealthy farmers have mango plantations on them, and more or less told them to go fuck themselves, and put armed guards on the land. So I might go to the Philippines and help them reclaim their land, to claim the land, and then we can run the mango plantations as a co-op. Do you know what I mean? And that'd be part of my libertarianism based on virtue ethics. That might be the starting point of it. I don't know what the starting point is yet. All I know is I have a ticket for Greece. But I would have just got the impression, as in, our impressions are external and internal. And I want to explain that, I was sitting in the library doing my study, and I saw Ryanair having a seat sale, and I decided I got the impression to go to Thessalonica in Greece because, well, it sort of has a lot of Roman culture and all, like, like, I'm into the Greek architecture, Roman architecture and all that sort of thing, so there's loads of this culture left behind, so it's part of my philosophical studies, I suppose. I just got an impression to go to Greece and I just went down and bought a ticket, just like that, because that's what the superego, that's listening to the superego, because it's just, I got the impression to go and buy a ticket to go to Greece, and that's what I did. No fear, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there, and I don't know where I'm going to get up, but I just know that's the direction I'm going in. That's listening to my soul, and I'm perfectly happy. I've no fears. I've no. Because wisdom is when the self and the soul agree. Like when there's no worries. There's no. I'm fully sure that's what I want to do. That's the path as you navigate my way through the universe. Leap of faith. That's what it is. It's a leap of faith. So we'll see where I end up from there. But then, as I was saying, like, Ma was saying to me, this is why I'm saying you have to distinguish between the ego and the superego. Because my Ma was saying to me, like, your problem, David, is you don't listen to anybody. You won't take advice from anybody. You never listen to anybody, and that's your problem. I said, no, Ma, you're right. I won't listen to anyone. I said, I bloody well won't. As Marcus Aurelius said, I disregard everything outside my own mind. Because people want to tell you, like, to use words like, oh, you're a bit your ego is too big, and oh, you should listen to me, And I said, no, I won't listen to you, because that's your life, and I'm not going to live as you see fit. I'm going to live as I see fit, because this is my life. Everybody tries to live everybody else's life, and that's where a lot of Christianity went wrong. Telling people to impose their morality on other people, but the only people you should be worrying about is yourself. You just judge yourself and worry about your own life. Not try to impose your morality on others, not to try to impose your life on others, not try to get other people to live as you see fit. And there's no reason I should listen to anybody else. Why should I? Like, who has to live this life? And if I was to listen to my Ma or listen to anybody else who think I should go and get a job and make life painless with creature comforts, I am not going to be happy. I'm actually going to be miserable. Well, right now I fuck all, and I'm just chasing my dream, and I'm blissfully happy, because the dream is virtuous. It's in the interest of the universe. Libertarianism based on virtue ethics. That's the plan. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'll talk to you Monday.